Hi, this is Randy. Just wanting to talk a little bit about internet prostitutes and about men on the internet who act out and then they retract what they said and then they act out again and then they retract it. So I probably talked about this once before. I met this guy. We had a decent conversation, had like one beer. I ordered another beer and had a sip of it, and then he told me he had to go because he had to get up early in the morning, and he just threw $10 on the table and left. So I was like, okay, guess he didn't like me. I mean, I really didn't have enough time to assess whether I liked him, but he did seem to lack the kind of confidence that I like to see in a guy. So anyway, I just figured, oh well, shrug my shoulders, that was it. And then he like texted me and like wanted to see me again, and I was confused. So I thought about it for about 30 seconds and then just decided, no, when something starts off on the wrong foot like that, it's probably a sign that you shouldn't continue it because it's probably only going to get worse. So there was no contact. He was, done. Couple months passed. He contacts me again. I don't recognize him because he has a different picture up. He starts talking to me. I start talking to him again, not knowing it was the same guy that I've already met once. I realize at some point that it is the guy that I had met who just left me sitting there drinking my beer by myself. And so I started, kind of being a little bit more oppositional because I knew that now I am not going to meet with him again. So I say something over the, website that he says he's going to give me his phone number so that I can call him whenever I need to talk. And I'm just thinking, like, why would I call a guy when I needed to talk? Like, I mean, I'm not going to bare my soul to some strange guy that's, sort of an idiot. I guess he thinks that I have, like, absolutely no one in the world to talk to and that I would resort to calling him, like, if I needed to talk. I don't know what kind of advice this guy would give me. I don't know what I would want to talk to him about. Anyway, he gave me his number, and I said I don't like talking on the phone. So, because I don't, I'll talk on the phone to my boyfriend if I had one, but I don't really like talking on the phone to a stranger, especially one that I've already met and I've already crossed off my list. So that really set him off, and he gave me a string of messages to follow when I said that I did not like talking on the phone after he gave me his phone number. He says, "You don't have the right. This is a free country." Well, mostly LOL. I don't know what that means. Then he waited about an hour and said, "You know what? Fuck you. I don't know. I want to meet you. You're evil. I got a feeling your pussy isn't even that good. I'm sure too many guys hit that, but it's all good. You can put that in your book." Okay, so of course I don't respond to that, and I'm like, okay, wait long enough and they will show their true colors, right? So I'm like, oh, glad I never met him again, right? So then 2 months later, which was yesterday, I get another message from this guy. Not trying to be a jerk or a reptilian brain, because I say something on my profile about Like, if you're still functioning from your reptilian brain, like, go ahead and pass me by. Don't contact me. I just wanted to ask you how your back was going. Nothing more, nothing less. Steve. Well, I have no idea what he's talking about. There's nothing wrong with my back. My knee probably was hurting when I met him, because it hurts now and then, because I have like a torn meniscus. So I guess he meant asking how my knee is. And it's just so weird. After he insults me because I won't talk to him, he comes back again 2 months later asking me, basically, how's my health going? Trying to grasp at some kind of straw. And all the messages that he just sent me, 2 months ago are right on top of this new one. They haven't disappeared. So I can see what he said, 2 months ago to me, and now that he's trying to be, like, nice again. And it's just so weird. So now about internet prostitutes. I'm going to go to a different dating site. So I got this message from a guy yesterday who lives like an hour away. Not attractive at all. His first message to me at 7 in the morning says, "I'd do you hard." So, a disgusting person, and usually I don't respond, but this one, pissed me off because I read it, and it's like, damn, you make me look this up, and I have to read this bullshit, and then I look at your picture, I'm like, oh my god, even if you were cute, you'd be a pervert, but you're ugly, and you're writing to me saying, "I'd do you hard." So I wrote back to him. I said, "And after that, you'd be sent to prison." He says, "LOL, really? I'm kidding." Oh, all of a sudden, he's kidding. When he doesn't get the response that he wants, he's kidding. Red flag. Then he asks, "Why would I go to prison for tapping that ass?" Oh my god. I said, "Because it would have to be rape, dumbass. And a pervert like you has no business holding a baby." Because he's holding like a little grandchild in his arms in his profile picture. And then writing shit like this. So he says, "Listen, grandma." Calling me grandma. Ooh, that hurts. "I'm not a perv. I sent the message to you somehow. I sent the message to show someone how all the women on here only seem to respond to sexually oriented texts. You don't even live in my state, so relax. No one wants to do you. No need for the names either." I said, "So glad to know that I respond like all women." Because obviously I don't know how women respond to that. I really don't. He claims that only women respond to sexual texts. So, guess what kind of women he must be texting? Women who respond to an initial sexual text. 99% out of 100 of them are probably internet prostitutes, right? Don't we all know that they're all over the place now? They send pictures and they say they're interested in you. They have about 50 other guys on their email list that they sent the same message to. They want to meet you, and then you click on something and there's somewhere to pay, or there's a porn website that it's attached to. If you've looked on the internet at all, that's what it is. And so this is the dating sites are a breeding ground for female internet prostitutes to, you know, to troll for men. And it's like, did this guy not know this yet, or what? So all the women that he's looking at that think are might be interested in him, or the ones that he's interested in, they all happen to be internet prostitutes. So he just thinks, you know, we all are. Well, I guess he got one that wasn't. Then he says, I apologize for being a jerk. It's so not me. I'm new at this, and I guess I wasn't taking it too seriously. I told him, well, I'm not new. I've seen it all. For every ugly, desperate old man on here, there's a crazy, low-life skank looking pretty on the outside. He said, right. Have you met anyone from here in real life? Anyway, we go on, and I guess I start talking to this guy. And then he tells me he has a master's in human behavior. I mean, he might have been doing an experiment, because I do that too. Sometimes he might be doing like his own, you know, research, his own study on the internet. So anyway, he wants to be my friend, and he's already analyzed me, and you know, I guess he thinks I need to be laid, like most guys think that that's all I need. Then when I talk to him about my problems with not being attracted to people, then he asks me, of course, am I gay? And you know, that it just follows the same typical line of what men will say when I try to explain, because they don't get it. And I said, why don't you try to imagine if you weren't attracted to any women? I know it's hard to imagine, because like you probably walk around and see like 10 women a day in real life, not to mention pictures on the internet of women that you're attracted to. I said, try to imagine if you don't see anybody that you're attracted to in real life or in pictures, and you know, maybe a couple, 3, 4, 5 a year. Imagine what that would be like. This is what I'm trying to say. Now then he tells me, you know, I need to just give all these guys a chance, and then I'll get a date. And you know, of course he does not get it. I have to pound it into his head. Eventually he gets it. And he tells me that I'm, you know, feisty, and I'm something else, and you know, I was smart, funny, blah, 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 and now he wants to be my friend. So, okay, what does friend mean over the internet? Not much. He said what friends mean to him is that I can call him for advice. What? Really? What in the world? What kind of advice am I going to call you for, except maybe how to light my furnace, or, I don't know, what kind of tool to use to, you know, take down blinds, or, you know, how to put something with tools, or something with, you know, manly labor. That's about the only thing I would need to call a man for advice about. Does he think I'm going to call him for advice about, like, dating? I mean, where in the hell do these guys get off? They're just automatically grandiose, and this guy is like so totally not good looking. But he says, I'm a nice woman, and now I'm his friend. So, you know, it's just so typical. And my point, I guess, about making this video is that don't these guys realize the internet prostitutes that are online, and that most of the women aren't gonna like them that they like, because a good number of them are internet prostitutes, and the rest of us aren't gonna be attracted to them. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. Alright, thanks for listening.